Happy New Year! This is the premiere episode of the Real Estate Cellar on Go Home TV. I'm Dawn Pfaff. I'm here with Nicole Wilber, and we have so much to talk about. So much is coming up in 2022 in the world of real estate.
So in the real estate market in 2022, I would like to ask you, what do you predict?
The market is going to be good, and it's going to be bad.
It's going to. I'm sorry, I'm not following.
You're not following
I'm
me?
not following.
No, well, it just depends. First of all markets are local.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So your local market might be good, and somebody else's might be bad. But even in the good markets, and even in the bad markets, it's going to be good and bad. And here's why I'll explain it. Right now, it's a seller's market. The sellers, they hold all the cards, and the buyers want the houses. And that is great for the sellers and really not great for the buyers. So it's good for the sellers, bad for the buyers.
Okay.
So listen, my prediction works no matter what, because no matter what anybody says, no matter what actually happens.
You're covering your bases.
That's it.
All
Can't be
right.
wrong.
Yes, all right, guys.
Yeah, I got that. Now everyone's talking about, oh, there's going to be 3 interest rate hikes. The Fed's going to hike the rates. What's that going to do?
Okay.
What is that going to do?
Hiking the interest rate, it's going to have less buyers.
Well, everyone thinks that the Fed affects mortgage rates, but they don't. The Fed affects the federal funds rate, which is the short-term buying rate. It has nothing to do with the mortgage rate. The mortgage rates are set by the bond market. And I think a lot of people don't understand that what the Fed does, it will ultimately affect the economy. It will ultimately affect bond rates and interest rates, but not right away, not as soon as they do it. So just because they're going to do, just because they plan 3 interest rate hikes, and we've been hearing this forever, oh, they planned it last year and they planned it the year before, but it never happened. Why? They chickened out. Don't wait. Please don't unchicken out, because I really want you to chicken out. But still, they just want to cool it off. It's too hot, too much inflation.
Oh,
that's
so
how they cool it off.
It's a way to influence it, or try to influence.
No, that's how they save the dollar. They raise the interest rates, and that saves the dollar. Right now, the dollar is being hammered by inflation. Your dollar is buying less when you go to the grocery store, right?
Less and less groceries, yeah, absolutely.
Right, with the same amount of money, you go home with less food. With the same amount of money, you can buy less house. So that is called inflation. The only way that the Fed really has to control that is to raise interest rates and tighten the money supply. There's too much money out there. And you might be saying, well, wow, there's too much money out there, but it's not in my pocket. Yeah, that's right. It's not in your pocket, but it's in somebody else's, and they're willing to pay more for something than you are.
Yes.
And that's what's causing the inflation.
So that brings me to my next question. Do you have any room?
In my house? I do. I actually have an apartment you can use, recently vacated.
Oh, nice.
By us to move to the cellar. We were using that as that was our old studio.
I see that.
Yeah.
So Don, I'm noticing that a lot more influx. Now we're in Florida right now.
Yeah.
There's a huge influx of northeastern, northerners, like I would say New Yorkers,
This
especially.
this happens every year in South Florida in the wintertime because the sunshine is beautiful, the weather is beautiful here. And, not everybody can stand the cold or the snow, so a lot of people just want to get out, and they get out for the winter and they go back. But it seems like now they're moving here more permanently, taxes and weather.
And same thing with the financial institutions, the firms, they're all coming down here as well.
Yeah, because the firms are just people who live in New York, taxes and weather. That's it.
Is it less down here, the taxes?
Yeah, there's no income tax. There's no personal income tax down here. There's corporate income tax.
Okay.
But, still, it's sunny out. It's beautiful out. It's January.
Well, but the actual firm itself.
I haven't put a coat on since I've been here. So.
You have a coat on right now?
I mean a winter coat.
This is to go indoors.
Not just because we have the air conditioning.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
With all the New Yorkers coming down, how does that affect real estate in general?
Well, it affects real estate in Palm Beach County. It also affects real estate in all of Florida, because when the financial firms move down to Palm Beach, they bring their money with them. They sell their very expensive houses up north, or even if they keep them and rent them, they bring their money with them. And they employ people down here, and they pay more than a lot of the current businesses that are down here. So wages rise, and it's really good for the local economy, and it's really bad if you want to buy a house because housing prices are almost double. They're huge.
I did notice that.
And then people who have lived here their whole life, what they do is they see the dollar signs, so they put their house up for sale.
And they're making a good.
Yeah, they get to make the money, and they get to make a lot of it tax free. You can keep, if you're a married couple, $500,000 when you sell your home is tax free of profit.
But then everything else also goes up as well,
Well,
not just real estate.
Well, that's all of inflation. That's happening in the whole country. But down here in Florida, the price of real estate's doubling, and people are getting up and they're moving up north of here. They're moving to Martin County and St. Lucie County, and that's pushing the prices up there. And that's spurring a whole new building trend in St. Lucie County. St. Lucie County is the building there is incredible what's going on.
All under construction.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that's the only place where there's land. So they have to go where there's land.
And alligators.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting topic. People are buying virtual land.
Oh, I love this topic.
Virtual land.
I love this topic. Do you
Like
know what pretend land?
Pretend land, and they're putting a price tag on it. What is this?
What's virtual land?
I have no clue. What's
Okay.
going on?
All right. Virtual land is not dirt. Don't think about dirt.
Okay.
Because you use the word land and you think of something you stand on.
Yes.
But virtual land is not something you stand on. All right. Here's my take on it. Before television, before movies, before radio, there was print. There was newspaper. What was the best real estate on the front page of a newspaper?
The headline.
The headline, the masthead. That's the #1 real estate on that page. And then radio came out. And when radio came out, the best real estate in radio was the morning show because it was the most listened to. And then television came. And what was the best real estate in television? The Super Bowl. Because
the
all
commercials.
the eyeballs were there.
Yes.
Right? Businesses want to go where all the eyeballs are. And all the eyeballs are where? They're in Facebook right now. They're at Amazon right now. So what do? We want to capture those eyeballs. Well, what we have to think about is what's coming next. What's the next thing? Do you think you're going to be staring at a 2D flat screen to buy stuff on Amazon in the future? No, you're going to be looking at 3D internet. You're going to be looking at holograms in the middle of your room you're going to be able to look at an avatar of yourself and try that shirt on in your house
Without trying
in
it
a hologram without actually trying it on. And then if you like it, you hit the buy button and it comes to you. But how are we going to get there? That space, that digital space in the internet is going to be the place that all businesses want to be. And because they all want to be there, they don't know where there is going to be. So right now they're all speculating. They're all land speculators, just like people who moved out west, during the gold rush, and people
Manifest destiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
they're looking for a spot. Right now there's a couple places, they all exist in video games. There's Decentraland, there's Sandbox, and all of these are just games right now. But these games have potential to turn into a real store once all of this technology comes out. And so people want to be sitting on it. And so that's where it's going. That's what virtual land is.
So this all plays into the virtual reality world. So
Right.
is that where this plays into?
Oh, exactly. Right now, how they play 3D games is they play with a headset. And that's, I guess Facebook is renamed themselves Meta, and they're calling it the Metaverse. And when you put that Oculus thing on, it's simulated virtual reality. It's kind of 3D. But I think the future is going to be not using that headset. I think that someone's going to figure out how to make it feel just like it feels when you put that headset on, but without putting the headset on.
Like a Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope?
Different, projectors or hologram projectors or something like that. Someone will figure it out. So if you think about the way technology is advanced, it's incredible. And that's what the metaverse is. And it all relates to cryptocurrency. Think of crypto as in-app currency. That's how it was explained to me. And once someone told me, oh, in-app currency, I totally got it. Because, when you play a game online and you need to buy something, you buy it with tokens. You put real money in, but you turn them into tokens. And that's what cryptocurrency is. It's in-app currency. And why do you need that? Like, why can't we just do it the way we do it now? We have in-app currency now. We just turn our money into tokens now.
Right.
But the difference between cryptocurrency and regular in-app currency is you own the crypto, you hold it, and it's peer-to-peer. So I give it to you and you give it to me. And it's direct. Nobody else holds it. There's no middleman. There's no central guy in the middle controlling it all. It's controlled by the owners and the people who hold that currency.
All right, it's 2022, and we're going to find out these top 10 markets that are hot, hot, hot real estate markets.
According to who?
According to the CE Shop.
Okay, that's actually a pretty good source. They would know.
What are they?
The CE Shop, they're a nationwide continuing education firm. They supply real estate education to realtors across the country, and they do a survey after every class. So they really kind of have their finger on it, and they would have a really good way of reaching people across the country.
Okay, so it's a reputable source.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of CE Shop, My State MLS has partnered with them, and you can get a coupon. So if you need continuing education, you can go to mystatemls.com to get your coupon.
Among the hottest markets are Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, I could see that.
Everybody's kind of just coming down.
Yeah, beautiful weather, gorgeous, the Gulf Coast. I mean, it's just awesome there. So I could totally see that. That belongs on the list. What else you got? Let me see if it belongs on the list.
Hang on a second. Worcester, Massachusetts.
Well, aren't you from there?
My family is, and I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I don't see it.
Okay.
People are moving there?
Yeah, people are moving there. They're getting out of Boston.
Okay.
Right? How far?
Okay,
How
that
far
makes sense.
out of Boston is Worcester?
Kind of like getting out. It's not very far.
But they can still work in Boston
Yes.
and commute. That's why.
All right, that makes
okay, that
sense.
makes sense. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
We're finding logic.
Yeah.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, oh, you know, we have a lot of members in Indiana. I don't know why Indianapolis is hot, but I do know that, you know, we have a lot of members in Indiana.
And top of the list, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, beautiful.
Utah.
Gorgeous. Was there last year for my very first time, and I just loved it. It was just beautiful. The scenery.
The scenery. Everything coming
just
down.
awesome.
Do you think it's the weather drives a lot of these moves?
You know what? It was cold. It's cold in Salt Lake, and you can ski there. We went out. You know, obviously you fly into Salt Lake, and then you drive out to the ski slopes.
Right.
But and it was cold, but it's kind of a dry cold, so it feels different than the Northeast, like when you're freezing and you're wet and everything like that.
Chill to the bone.
Yeah, when you know, the weather in Utah felt a lot different than it does in the Northeast, and just gorgeous. Lots of land, so people are moving there because there's farmland available, and you know, land out in the country is selling like crazy. People want farmland.
Right. I was going to say a lot of these are very rural, so that makes sense.
Salt Lake's a city, really nice city, beautiful.
I've never.
I totally get that.
Okay, well, there's your hot markets. Top 10 hot markets. There's your hot markets. The top 10 hot markets. Say that 3 times fast. You can't. I bet you won't.
Well, that was our first episode of the Real Estate Cellar. Thanks for coming by to see it. And you can find more at our website, mystatemls.com, to learn more. And real estate agents can join us. Click the sign up button. Use the term New Year as the promo code to get a discount.